Subscribe to the channel. Blueface is in trouble. They caught up on him, man. They ran up on him, and the undercovers swept in and got him, man. He was downtown with his girl. So what you guys just heard is that Blueface got arrested. They finally was tracking him down. Basically, it might have been a situation that allegedly Wack100 said that if it happened in Cali, that they're gonna have to bring him back. And the bond guy called Wack100 out of nowhere, out of the blue, and told him that he got arrested for an attempt. So this is crazy breaking news coming out. Blueface was, he was on vacation and basically trying to be low key. He was with his girlfriend. Everybody knows he's always arguing with his girlfriend. And even Wack100 brought up, could this have been a situation that came from him and his girlfriend's dad when they got into it? And basically, you know that they have beef. You know that there's some issues going on. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen that when Blueface and him got into it. And they actually had a scuffle in the whole situation where they had to break up a whole thing. And he knocked dude out and all that, right? And now this is like crazy because now it's like anywhere Blueface goes, he should have been knowing that they were keeping an eye on him. And for him, he thought he was like, he thought he was in the clear. He thought he was able to move around a certain way. But in the meantime, he didn't know who was actually looking for him. You got to understand the place that he was. It's a lot of feds. It's a lot of bounty hunters and undercovers. So basically what's happening is that they seen him. They already knew he was on the way. And they basically intercepted it to where, like, they showed up to where he was going. And when somebody shows up to where you're going, that's when, like, already one step ahead of you. And that's exactly what happened. Blueface thought he was actually going to be able to walk around. And so when he was walking, the dudes came up to him and they were in plain clothes. And they told him that he needs to get down. Let me see your hands and that. And that's when the whole situation unfolded. And this dude started recording. The guy came out. It was like a worker in the store. And they all seen it happen. TMZ got the footage and they dropped it, and now everybody's talking about it. And even Wack100 got on the phone and he's trying to figure out if he's, like trying to get him a bond. He's trying to figure out how much money that they got to wait until tomorrow, basically, because that they don't let him just get out like that quick. He has to wait and actually might have to see the whole judge and everything like that to decide whether that he's going to get a bond or if he's going to have to do and stay in there and do more time. Because if you didn't know already, Wack100 said he was on triple bond. That means he did something, locked up, got out on bond, did something again, got out on bond, and then did something one more time, got out. And this is the fourth time. So do you think they're going to give him a fourth bond? That's like highly unlikely. It might not, but they might pull through. We don't know, but they have to throw a lot of money at it. All these lawyers, they got to pretty much everything that Blueface was making, he's going to have to throw that money into this whole situation to try to get himself to beat that case, get out the jam, and see if he can make it home to his girlfriend. In the meantime, everybody is going to be trying to figure out what was this stemming from, what was going on, because we didn't hear nothing on the news about Blueface having anything where he got into it with somebody and it got to that point where he had an attempt. And so that means that something must have happened privately or it unfolded. And like, he got away for a little bit, but then they went and found out and looked at everything and put information together. Maybe some people talked, maybe some people had some footage, and they put that together and decided that it was enough for them to go after him. And so once he went on his vacation, that's when they popped out on him, boom, surprised him out of the blue, out of nowhere. And so this is pretty much like, you didn't expect this because you thought that he was just dealing with that girl problems. You thought he was just dealing with his girlfriend and that was enough. And the family of his girlfriend and like the situation he had with her dad. And so it's like, did anything further happen between them two? Like, did they see each other in the streets or something like that? Or did that altercation from that fight end up being like a lingering thing where it's either one of them were salty and they seen each other in the streets, or they seen each other like in a parking situation or driving in a car? Because they're saying it was where Blueface did the attempt when he was driving in a car and he seen the other person in some car, and they might have sent something over and they might have like shot at the dudes in the car or something like that. And so I think that it's still like an ongoing thing, so they have to pretty much wait for the details to come out. But a lot of people are like trying to put two and two together, and they're thinking that maybe the whole situation could have been from that, but because that's the most recent person that he was beefing with other than his girlfriend. And so if that all that stuff is happening with his girlfriend, then you know the dad is mad because of all the situations that they got into it. You seen everything. You seen the pictures. You saw the headlines that were coming out over the last few months of them fighting and getting in arguments, and it's a toxic relationship. And so if Blueface in a toxic relationship with the girl, then what you think her dad is gonna feel like having to have his girl deal with all that. And so that's why the dad was probably mad. But you can't, we can't be quick to judge and say that he's the one that got into it with Blueface. But it's looking like, out of all the people, if you narrow it down, okay, that's the most recent one. That's the one that's kind of fresh where he would have a reason. But then again, it could have stemmed from somebody in the streets because, Blueface is on that blue side. And so you always know. But then he signed to Wack100, or now he's managed by him. And so he's walking a fine line in LA. And it could be a lot of, reasons why maybe he left town, because he left town for a reason. He probably thought he already knew he was on the run, and it could have been something that he had to dip out for. And so we don't know if the situation had just happened and that he went on the run and then they got caught him, or did it happen a while ago and then he just so happened to be on vacation. It's unclear now, but I mean, depending on, if they say it happened in LA, then this could have been something recent, just like at night or overnight that nobody really knew about, because they had to basically look at more details before they found out exactly like that. Before they knew it was Blueface, they thought it was just some random person. But then eventually they went and found out and got the statements. Then they knew it was Blueface. And so that's why they actually like had his name on the pieces of paper when they were showing him to the crowd that started forming around the stores where he got handcuffed at. And so everything basically right now is in the early stages, and they're going to wait until he gets his bond hearing, or if he has to like do more time or something. Wack100 is pretty much on the way just in case he can get him out early. Then if they get him out early, they has to process him. It's probably a lot of people before him that's going in the same place he's going into in the slammer. So other than that, they have to probably wait till the morning. And so Wack100 is going to have to spend the night. He's probably going to have to like spend more money to try to figure out, get more lawyers down there and see if he could free Blueface. And so everybody's looking at it like, damn, when is Blueface going to be out? How long is it going to be? And his checks for the music is basically going to be going to cover all the fees from him having to like fight this whole entire case. So I'm going to update y'all when they figure everything out. And so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below.